The witching hour silver bells of New Antioch's eastern front lulled quietly in the ambience of the theatre of war, as the seventh mouth of God spat out hateful munitions the size of 3 men over no man's land and into another part of this hell on earth. The trench cleric responsible for this sight looked upon the machine with tombstone eyes. He was tired, just so tired. The blood of the Metachrist chalice had sustained his body for longer, and way longer than he thought possible. The amount of blood it took to keep that chalice flowing was nothing less than grotesque. They were soon out of stigmatic volunteers, too. For how long had he been here, blessing each shell? Not even under the torture of hell could he tell you. He had to put on a brave face for his fellow soldiers of God. But truly, what was the point anymore? The endless hordes were out there, over the wall. He could never see them, but he always felt them. The untold mass of them formed horrors in his mind. Sharp claws and rending teeth, seeking any crack or crevice in his faith. In the cover of nightfall, the heretics had written grotesque words on the barricades and on the walls, in the ink of the innocence of mankind. The mouth of God spoke once again. Promising retribution to the faithful, and it filled him with hope. Satan lives, the heretics say, but so do we.
I'd like to say thank you, truly, to Scannerbarkly for recording the voice of the short story I wrote for this diorama. He is, to me, the voice of Trench Crusade and the reason I got so inspired to get into it. I'm sure he has inspired you as well. So it was really fun to listen to my story in his words, and he did it so well. And yeah, thank you so much. And let's watch the video. The rest of the video is not as fun because it's just me painting it. But I'll try to explain on my thought process and what paints I actually used this time. Enjoy! First of all, I used a lot of work with the airbrush to begin with. I made all of the shadows and the feel for the diorama where the highlights would be and where the shadows would lay. And I wanted to mix in that natural but also unnatural kind of light in the shadows, so it's a lot of reds, a lot of purples, a lot of blues, surrounding all kind of shadows to make that eerie feeling that something's not right. And once the airbrush is finished, you can see when I move in with a dry brush, I pick out like normal Fanatic gray paints and just dry brush everything in different shades of gray. And then I move on to metals, which was Fanatic metals, and rust effects, which I used all my rust effects. I used Dirty Down rust, Green Stuff rust, Vallejo rust. I also used like the secret, these aren't sold anymore sadly, but Secret Weapon was a paint manufacturer before. They had really good paints like Tire Black and oils, and yeah, I miss those. But I used like pretty much everything I had. You can just see me just going ham on everything with different kinds of rust. And in the end, it looks good, even though I really don't have a special technique for it. I just drown everything in anything. And in the end, it mixes together well with different shades of brown and rust. I also go in later with some highlights, like user finding techniques for almost kind of whitish highlights on the cement. And at the end I go in with airbrush once again to really push those shadows and make the highlights pop. And in the end I felt that it was very had the right ambience, or atmosphere is the word I'm looking for. And at that point I felt like if I do anything more on this piece I will ruin it. Like if I make a too sharp highlight, it will ruin it. And yeah, I just went to town with different kinds of pigments. Like I have a box here with pigments and like some old Forge World rust and mud, grimy dirt from Broken Toad, verdigris also from Secret Weapon, soot and deep rust from Alclad, and soot from Cromlech. Like there's so many different manufacturers and different things to try, which I love. So I could use every technique and every paint I had on this diorama, and it felt really fun. And I managed to do it kinda in time. Yeah, it was finished in time. And I as I said, I don't know how I could improve on it on such short time frame. So that's it for the diorama. I'm working on this piece for painting competition for my mini factory. It's the Witchfinder General. And I'm freehanding a witch burning on the cloak. Yeah, you can't see it, but you have to take my word on for it. I got more time this time around, so we'll see how it pans out. So yeah, that's it. Thank you again, scannerbarkly, for your help and your great lore videos. Everyone loves you.